In this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about cross-sectional research, cohort effects, and longitudinal research. Cross-sectional research compares different age groups at one point in time. The goal of the research is to see the effects of age on a variable. For example, if you want to know if vocabulary improves with age, you might administer a vocabulary test to a group of 5-year-olds, a group of 10-year-olds, and a group of 15-year-olds, all evaluated during the same year. Next, you would compare the average vocabulary scores across the age groups. As you can see here, suppose the data turned out like this. Now, this is fictional data, I just made this up. But if this is what happened, you might assume that age accounted for the differences in the vocabulary scores across the groups. You would say, look, clearly people develop a stronger vocabulary with age. Now, a problem with cross-sectional research is the fact that each of those age groups differ not only in age, but they come from a different cohort, meaning a group of people born around the same time. Think of the cohorts of baby boomers, for example. They grew up with different experiences than the cohort of Generation Xers, for example. Cohort effects are the influence of those historical experiences on the outcome data. So, for example, suppose the 15-year-olds happen to attend school at a time when vocabulary was strongly emphasized as part of the curriculum. If that were the case, it could be that the 15-year-olds would have gotten 98% correct when they were 5 or 10. We really don't know. So, to solve this problem and really look more closely at age differences, the more ideal research method is longitudinal research. That's when you take one group and follow them over time. This is great because you have the same people studied. The problem is it's really hard to keep participants in the study over time, and that dropout rate can affect your results. So people who are more likely to participate in the research might be a different sample of people than when you had the people that dropped out included. The other disadvantage is that it's very costly. It takes time and money to run a strong longitudinal research. However, it is the ideal method. There are some classic longitudinal research studies in developmental psychology that have really provided us a great deal of information about development. So I hope that clears up for you a little bit about cohort effects and cross-sectional and longitudinal research.